BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. Hey, welcome to 50 Minutes of Experience. Today I'm with Igor Volkov, and I said in this time in German, Volkov, and welcome, Igor.
Thank you very much, Emiliano. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It's very nice to see you. I'm actually pretty much glad. Now I know that your project exists.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And just to before to go in a talk of experience and more deeper stuff, would be nice if you can introduce a bit of yourself. Then starting maybe from who are you now, what you are doing in your life, and blah blah blah, and then everyone can know something more about you, and then we can go a bit more deep inside of some question.
Yes, of course. Well, I've just graduated during this summer. My major is artistic photography. So I've got some kind of education in that field. Well, what else? Right now, I'm just trying to find myself. I just get some orders for photographs and stuff like that. I'm also working on my own projects. It includes some creative projects, such as series of works and stuff like that, and some chemical experiments with analog photography. Such as, for example, I've been working during like 3 nights already on RA4 reversal process, which is pretty much exciting.
Yeah, your work it's really particular. I can say that, and that's took my curiosity because. First of all, it's a really raw in a way, and I like that in somehow it's taking the absence of the strong color inside. I really like that. I mean, your photography look more like painting of the Middle Age than photography, and this is quite interesting, and I wanted to know more about which reason moved you to use this technique and what is your feeling about.
Okay. So when I just started my photography journey, I was like into digital photography only, mostly with my DSLR camera, and I was pretty much alright about that. Like it was okay for me. I was able to get just a typical image, a technically correct image with technically correct colors, which is sharp and so on. But it wasn't enough for me. I mean, after some point. The point was when I entered my university, we had a lot of work with black and white film, with darkroom printing, and it was pretty much hard, I guess, but I got really excited about that. After some point, I understood that I'd like to be more into such kind of stuff, but I just didn't know where to start. So I decided to try some alternative techniques alternative processes such as cyanotypes, and I failed. I didn't have a good source of UV lighting, and I just wasn't able to get an image at all. And it was winter time, so I wasn't able to just go outside and set the exposure with the sun, because there's basically wasn't any kind of UV in the light. So I just had to stop. I returned to film photography, but only to black and white, and that was all. I continued to work with color using my digital camera, but after some point, I understood that it wasn't something I'd like to do. I wanted to go deeper, especially because I got interested in the history of photography, and there was something that made me feel really, well, amazed, I guess. I'm talking about works made by pictorialists. So they mostly used such kind of techniques, such as bichromate and stuff like that. And basically, when I saw those pics for the first time, I was like, wow, like they didn't look like photographs, but paintings. And I had pretty much complicated feeling about that. So I decided to give it a try. I finally found a good source of UV light and started experimenting a lot. After that, I understood that you can't just take a random pic to work with that. If you work with that, it's mostly about finding a nice shape, a nice form, a nice plot, at least for your pic, to make it work. Otherwise, it will be just like, yeah, you're showing your skills, but you don't show why you're trying to use that, and you don't show the way you see the world.
I really like the way you take the experiment also in the darkroom. I mean, I think they are totally unique process. I can say I would for sure spend some times in the darkroom with you and observe and learning from this process, because it's something attract me a lot. And remember me, I don't know if you know Daisuke Yokota. It's a
Well,
photographer. I mean, I don't know if I can define him as a photographer, but more experimental photographer, especially in the darkroom process.
well, I guess I know, but I just can't remember the works.
And yeah, it's,
Uh,
it's really similar to some of experiments you did it. And one of these is, for example, I really like this winter pattern, silver planting, gold toned, and it's really interesting, and not only interesting but also really personal. And I think in a way you got something more than just what we common define as photography today. And because it's an experience, a total experience in the process. So then this give an entire value totally much bigger than just taking a moment.
that's right. Another reason why I started using the processes was, well, let's call it pretty much strange situation in my life. So I started to finding a way to showing my emotions, and I just couldn't do that with the digital photography. So I had to find my own way. And I understood that when I'm working with color with my hands, with my own hands when I'm choosing the pigments, when I'm choosing like the parts of pigs which will be that color, and the parts of the pig which are going to be another color. It just makes me thinking about the pig. It makes me, well, I would say that it just make me definitely work on a pig. And sometimes you take a photo, you think it's just like a normal pig, but after that you start liking it, but you don't understand what's the point, what's the thing in your pig you like. And sometimes people just stop at that point. They just yeah, they think the pig is already ready because they just like it. But I don't think it's the right way, because if you just look at this time, if you start working with it, you'll find some nuances, you'll find some interesting things about that, and you'll finally understand the pig. You'll be able to, well, to add a part of yourself to that pig.
Yeah, I totally got it. What you mean? I mean, I had some experience in the past in darkroom for several years, and my improve in photography was totally different, because I was touching the not only the tool but also the experience in a totally different way. And I really find also fun in a way that reading some comments on your picture, most of people associate that picture to something creepy and cruel, when I think it's nothing about creepy and cruel, but more much more emotional and powerful of feeling.
Well, I'd say there was a funny story about that. Once I met a person from another country. I told him I was a photographer, and he asked me to give him the link of my Instagram. I did it, and he was kind of like even shocked. He was like, "Oh my God, were those people dead or something like that, or why is everything so dark?" And in the end, he just blocked me.
Oh my God. He was shocked. He was starting to drive a dream about you. I think it was all in him head.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, but because in a way, in our actual century, we common associate that kind of picture to, to the sept or to the culture of metal rock, the metal
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
metal
yeah,
rock.
yeah, yeah. I've got a friend who's like a fan of death metal, and
Yeah,
he's always like, "Oh my God, it would look a lot like a cover of an album for
yeah,
such kind of
yeah,
music."
totally. It's for sure in our visual communication. It's really associated to that kind of situation or feeling. But in general, I think this happened because we don't have a lot of images in that way, especially because we don't have a lot of people spend really a lot of time on the processing. This is the point. So there's not the real culture in any part of the world to express the post-processing in the darkroom and to research inside what is the meta photography, we can say. I was doing in the past a research about meta photography, that's something as like the metaphysics is inside of the photography, and so then I started to just taking picture, printing this picture in as a photocopy, and retaking picture of them and reprinting until I was searching. The exactly point was so satisfying me, and I like that in a way or another. There are several photographers they are searching inside of that depth, because in a way it's also something you show as a human, that you are not only getting the reality in one way, but you want to go a bit more deeper to feel yourself touched from that. And that's, I think, is it's really emotional, and I mean, for me, it deserve attention, and there is a lot of communication inside of that.
I definitely agree. Actually, last year I had an opportunity to have like my own group of students. Well, I was like teacher of the special ways printing and taking photos, such as those alternative techniques. And it was definitely a nice experience. Most of those people were only into digital photography, but we just made a lot of experiments. My favorite one was an experiment with a copper toner for silver gelatin prints, because it gives you an opportunity to tone the peak for several times, and you'll get like more and more and more pigments on the surface of the paper. And one of my students processed one of his peaks like that for like 20 times. And the result was just insane. Like after a couple of days, the picture just started changing. Uh, those pigments just starting to become more transparent or more opaque, and the picture was completely relief. It was just definitely something different. And the person could finally understand what he was trying to say with the peak. So I guess
Yes,
that's how it works.
I am thinking that if in the near future we will realize, I have this one of the many dreams about this project. It's to open a place to make able kind of house to get in touch with the artists and to make workshop or seminar and blah blah blah. I will be really interested to invite you to doing a kind of workshop or residencies, because will be really nice to move also other people to doing that kind of experiment, and in a way also to understand the value of the time spending in the dark room, but not only on the technique. This is really probably something I would enjoy too. So I thank you a lot for this short talk we had, and yeah, definitely I will look forward to see more about your work, and yeah, also if we can create kind of book with you, will be amazing. And for anyone who want to see your work, I will put link in description. This was Igor Volkov. This time I said good. And yeah, I really thank you for came to this podcast.
Well, I thank you as well. It was a very nice opportunity. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/BerlinExplorer or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer project.